Hey guys, this is Kawhi Mara, and today me and Mame are helping you learn how to not get scammed by those nasty, squishy scammers. So basically, let me start off by there's tons of places you can go to get squishy scam free. There are the basic sites like Kawaii Land, Kawaii for Girls, Miso Kawaii, and they give you your, basic squishies. Like they give you your eye blooms, Hello Kitties, Rilakkuma squishies, the common, but not like grade B squishies. And they deliver super fast, so those aren't scam free. But you have to be careful. Some websites offer you squishies, but you have to check the reviews. Like I check the reviews on YouTube, online. There's some squishy shops that are a little bit shady, and I check the scamming reviews. And there's like one squishy shop online that's a hit or miss. A lot of people get their stuff, and then a lot of people don't. So it's just you have to be careful on what you look for and make sure you read the reviews. Go on YouTube, look at package openings for those kinds of sites. But yeah, so for Store Envy, there's a lot of great squishies. Like if you want to buy some rare squishies, it's hard in the US to get any rare squishies unless you buy from a collector or someone you know. You can't go walk down to the nearest convenience store and be like, hey, I want to buy a squishy. Here's my money. And, hand them the money. You don't do that because, no stores in the US, not online stores sell squishies. And if you ask your coworker, hey, let's go buy some squishies, they'll be like, what the heck are squishies? Then you just start squishing this cake and you'll be like, and they'll be like, crazy person. But basically, if you want to buy squishies, like rare squishies, you have to go on places like Store Envy, Instagram, and some websites do sell them, but you have to be like super careful. So let's start with Store Envy. For websites like Store Envy, you have to be super careful because a lot of the times when you buy something, the seller either like hasn't been on the store for a long time, they didn't delete their items, so you have to, it's better if you go type in squishies then search new, and that's where I usually get my squishies because those sellers haven't been MIA and they're actually watching their store. And so you should like go up to their sales and make sure they had sales and try to look at their reviews and see if the reviews are really good. Like I'm hesitant to go shop at a store on Store Envy that doesn't have any reviews or looks a little bit shady, like they don't have a profile picture. The profile picture is of the anonymous, white person and the blue background. So I'm kind of hesitant to stay away from those, but you should make sure to contact the store owner first and make sure the squishy's still available, because there's a few times which I've almost bought it and then I contacted the owner and I was like, hey, is the squishy available? And they're like, oh no, sorry, I sold it a long time ago, let me delete it now. Or they don't answer, and you don't want to buy a squishy and then have them not answer. And so you're like, hey, I want my money back, but they're not answering. So it's great to ask them if the squishy's still available. But if it's a new squishy that they just posted, it's okay, and you don't think you have to ask them. And also, what's good for Store Envy is that they sell like really great cheap squishies if you're lucky. And I got this squishy. It's amazing. I bought it off the owner's storefront. They didn't have any sales in the marketplace. So I made sure I contacted the owner on Instagram. I made sure that she showed me some proof because I didn't want to be buying squishies. So it's great to get some proof first if the owner has sold squishies before, but they didn't show it on their storefront or their marketplace. Another thing, another store place that's great to find squishies is Mercury. People sell a lot of cool, crazy, good squishies. I got a lot of my rares from there, and you can sell a lot of things. But another thing about Mercury is that there can be a lot of scammers. Like I've noticed that a lot of people buy, stuff from there that are super cheap, like $6 squishies. And they're like, oh yeah, this Hello Kitty in a bunny costume is $8 or $6 because I'm getting rid of my collection. And then you just like read, their profile, and they have no info, and they don't have a review yet. They have 0 reviews. Do not buy, squishies from people that have 0 reviews and their profile picture is, there's no profile picture. Or their squishes are insanely cheap, and that is like a big warning sign. You don't want to do that. It's great if you read the reviews and it says from other people that, oh wow, the seller's really great, or I really enjoyed the squishies, thank you very much. Then it's safe to buy. Another website that I like going to buy squishies is eBay. I like just type in rare squishes and squishies, and you rarely get scammed on eBay because a lot of the sellers on there have been selling for a long time. And make sure you go onto their profile and make sure they have good reviews. And if they have good reviews, then just buy it, and it usually gets shipped within 3 or 4 days. And one place which I would not advise you going, even though I buy a lot of squishies on there, is Instagram. There are a lot of scammers on Instagram. So basically, on Instagram, make sure the seller has proof, because they usually put in their bio, oh, hashtag, blah, 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 proof. So basically, just search it up for their proof on Instagram. They're like, oh yeah, they have proof. And then that's probably most likely safe to buy from there. If they don't have proof and they just started, posting a lot of squishies for sale that are super cheap, or, they're like, oh, I'm just getting rid of my squishy collection, and they hadn't have any proof of any kind, you shouldn't buy from there. Like, even if it's too tempting, just don't, because once you give them, concealed cash or PayPal, it's pretty much gone forever, and they don't give you your stuff, and then they can easily block you. Like, they'll be like, just block you, and then other people get scammed, and basically, just try to stay away from Instagram unless you know the person personally and you know that you can trust them. And another thing is that, overall, when buying squishies, make sure, read reviews online. Don't buy from someone who looks like they have, no reviews, or super, super cheap rare squishies. And if you do see someone who does look like a nice seller, like they have a good profile picture, they have a long bio and info on each of the squishies they're selling, if they have no reviews, then just be careful. Just buy one squishy from them, like $5 or $6, and make sure it's on a website like Store Envy. Not Store Envy, because sometimes Store Envy doesn't give you your money back. You have to contact PayPal or your credit card. But make sure, on eBay, on places like that, if people, scam you, you can ask to get their money back. But if you're I wouldn't advise buying from a new seller if they're on Instagram, because you usually pay for family and friends, then you won't get your money back, or concealed cash. So basically, yeah, I'm sorry if I'm being scrambled all over the place. I'm just kind of just going on, but you kind of know what I mean with, getting scammed and being super careful. And so out of all the things, all the squishies and the people who I bought them from, I've only been scammed once, and I bought over hundreds of squishies, 300, 400, 500 squishies. And I've only been scammed once on Store Envy. The Store Envy customer service wasn't very helpful, and I was like, hey, I need my money, and the customer service, the customer service isn't helping me right now, and the seller's not responding. And the weird thing was, the seller had lots of good reviews. They had over 223 sales, and she was a well-known seller, and she just didn't give me my stuff. And I was bugging customer service, hey, I need my money. I have a prepaid card, so it'd be really impossible for me to get my money back. So, you know, the prepaid gift cards. So basically, I checked, I gave them a negative review, only to discover that their store was, you know, closed, page was deleted, and that I didn't get my money back, but it was only a $15 sale. $15 sale, and it was a Happy Tree Friend squishy, which I really wanted, so sucks to be you. But yeah, so hopefully you'll take my advice and not get scammed anymore. And so, okay, bye bye.